Okay, welcome back everybody to this business analysis video lectures. And now we are in chapter 5 about Sophie Sophomore's fall and section 3. And this section 3 we look at the Susan Suit, who is Sophie Sophomore's spouse. And we look at the same problem for Susan, and then in the next video lecture we look at the compromise problem. So we want to combine Susan's and Sophie's choice so that they can have the same choice as a reasonable compromise. So Susan Suit is Sophie Sophomore's spouse. Susan is faced with the same problem as Sophie. So the difference is that Susan's decision matrix, reward matrix objective, the same thing, is her monthly salary after 3 years. So Susan will have just one, not multi-objective, just one objective, and that's the salary after 3 years, expected salary. All right. And decision rules, so Susan will have also 2 decision rules. So she will combine expected value as Sophie, and then another rule that she will use is a regret aversion. And the alternatives and the scenarios for Susan are the same as those for Sophie's. So as I said, that the alternatives have to be same in order to make a reasonable compromise. Of course, you have to make a compromise with the same alternatives. The scenarios don't have to be the same, but in this case they are the same. So that's the remark here. So Susan has 2 sensitivity parameters, and they are basically the same sensitivity, similar sensitivity parameters as for Sophie. So there is the weight W that tells how the expected value rule and the regret aversion rule are combined, and the second, there is this koala Ebola pandemic probability B0. So W that combines value functions, and B0 that defines the probabilities. So these are the two parameters, so they are almost the same as in Sophie's case. And then again, this part that is quickly written here, but of course took some time from me to decide reasonable values. So again, you can say that these values are reasonable or not. It can be criticized, but let's just take them as they are. So these are the monthly salaries after 3 years, expected what they are for different choices and different scenarios. And of course, these numbers, I just took them from my hat again. So why the numbers are what they are, so I based the following observations. So these were used. So quick graduation increases salary. So this means that you have graduated already and have been working a couple of years or 1 year, so the salary has increased. Recess in general lowers salary. Exchange in China increases salary because you learn something, so maybe you are more valuable for the employer, but it prolongs graduation. Full-time working increases salary. Okay, you get more salary the longer you work in a company, but prolongs the graduation. Distant teaching and food delivery works well together. Works well together in the meaning that it shortens the graduation time, it increases salary. Distant teaching also suits well for exchange students. So if you go to China and there's a distant teaching, so you can probably attend to the University of Vasa courses also. And on-site teaching works badly for full-time working. So this full-time working and on-site teaching means that it will delay your graduation time, so that will lower your expected salary, but on the other hand, working full-time increases the salary. So all of these are more or less go to both ways, and then with these ideas, so this is the numbers I cooked up. Again, they can be criticized. Then recall that we have this affine scaling, so v bar, so the value function, whatever we have, we take the v minus the minimal value divided by maximum value minus minimal value. If we don't have 0 divided by 0 problem, if we have 0 divided by 0, then we define it to be 1. And then the Susan's decision rule is like the Sophie's, so it depends on P0 and W, and then there is the W is the weight for the scaled version of V1, where V1 is the expected value rule for this R, and 1 minus W the weight for V2 bar, and V2 is the regret minimization rule turned into a maximization rule of this. Alright. And these are calculated again. There is an appendix A to M file example SU like Susan.m, and we will look at them in the later video lectures. So here we simply run the program and see the result and analyze it a little bit. So what happens with the Susan's for, so what is the result? The result we get something like this. So remember the alternatives: A1 students exchange to China, A2 concentrate on studies full-time, A3 mostly studies and working in a food delivery company in the evenings, and A4 little studies in the evenings and working full-time for a multinational corporation. And it turns out that only A1 and A2 will be optimal. So A1 is a students exchange to China, which is, if we give a lot of weight to V2, so V2 was the minimum regret rule, and the pandemic probability is high. And on the other hand, if we put a lot of weight to V1, so V1 was the expected value rule, then the solution will be A2, concentrated studies full-time, and also this the koala Ebola pandemic is relatively small. So these are the two alternatives. And that was the solution for Susan suit. Next we have to look at the compromise solution, and this is the topic of the next video lecture. See you there. Bye.